Hey everybody, my name is Chris Lambert, co-host of the Kanye West podcast, Watching the Throne, and today we're talking about this right here, Brothers, the new Kanye West song that just got teased today through an article on People Magazine and the release of the Tales Season 2 trailer. Tales is a BET TV show created and produced by Irv Gotti, former producer and musician. Irv, the idea behind it, he takes hip hop songs and turns them into short films or mini movies that are about an hour long, which is cool. It's a cool homage of hip hop and a cool fusion of hip hop culture on the music side with film and this burgeoning connection between film and hip hop. So what's different here is that usually it's an existing song that they're adapting, but Irv actually worked with Kanye on this song to create a project out of it. So this is the first time that it's been a song created by Tales, essentially, for an idea that they had rather than taking an existing concept. So the song being Brothers, you can see the lyrics. I wrote them down. We'll be brothers, brothers forever. What happens to one of us happens to us together, and we'll be brothers forever. That was just the little bit that we saw in the snippet, which pretty straightforward at that point. It's a stripped back production, which it seems the production was handled more by Irv and his producing partner Seven, Aurelius Seven, I think the full name is, rather than it being like a Kanye joint. I'm sure Kanye had something to do with it, but it's Kanye singing, and I'm sure Kanye doing verses throughout, maybe, though we haven't heard the full thing yet. But we're not too far away. July 2nd is when it premieres. So we're going to go through this article and a few more contextual things about Irv Gotti and his past relationships with Kanye. So you can see People has a sneak peek of the 42-year-old rapper's new song Brothers, featuring Charlie Wilson, which was co-produced by Tales show creator Irv Gotti Lorenzo. Brothers will be featured in the July 2nd premiere episode and will be included in the series soundtrack. This was actually something that was first hinted at on Twitter by somebody that had been part of the show. I think it was about a month ago. They had tweeted out that they had just been part of it and that Kanye had a new song. And of course, it being the internet where people say anything and everything, there was some skepticism about it. But then a few weeks later, Irv actually went on to the Breakfast Club and talked about the song, which we're going to look at that in a second. It's really funny. Irv's energy is just so immense. I feel like it would be hard to spend 30 seconds with the guy and not be like laughing your ass off, smiling, or just inspired to go and like kick ass. So they talk about how it's West's first solo project in a year since the release of 1 Minute and Mixed Personalities. Also since I Love It. And then they talk a little bit about Psalm and then have Irv saying, I'm beyond excited for the return of Tales, producing this new record with my production partner Seven and working with Kanye for a song exclusively for the Tales series has been one of the highlights of my music and TV career. So he's really selling it. I did it for my hip-hop culture. I wanted to give the fans something to listen to and enjoy, as well as visually enjoy. And Brothers, the song, in conjunction with this global TV premiere, is precisely that moment. Tales is back. And you can see this photo. Now, People says that he teased it back in May, and that this is the photo. And yes, he did release this photo in May, but we'll see in just a little bit that this wasn't the first time this photo was taken, and this photo is not from May. Eagle-eyed Kanye fans will peep the frozen yellows and be like, when's the last time Ye was seen wearing frozen yellows, right? It's been all 700s for so long now. So, you know that this is a little older. And here's the trailer. I'm not going to play the trailer. Just I don't know if YouTube will demonetize, copyright strike, or whatever they do. We're currently in the midst of a copyright strike for another month, so I kind of want to play it cool. If you get 3, the channel's gone. So, but you can see that there's in between actual images from season 2, they do this kind of lettering on the screen that recalls not just Good Fridays, but also Hype Williams' video for All of the Lights, which is kind of cool. And they have like, isn't it Wake Up, Mr. West? I think it was the song playing from oh God, which album? Late Registration, playing in between Brothers snippets. So it's kind of cool. I mean, Tales is overall an homage to hip hop. So to have the trailer be so suffused with Kanye references is kind of cool in general for hip hop fans, right? It's not just about the series, but it's about Kanye and hip hop and having these kind of Easter eggs for fans to get excited about. And then once again, just you can kind of see this flashes back and forth if you want a little bit of that all of the lights effect. And then the lyrics. Steve Ure here said Irv hinted on the Breakfast Club that the Kanye song was about Jay-Z. Makes more sense now. I didn't quite catch that. You can see how excited Irv is. So it's from 40 minutes to 45 minutes in this interview that they talk specifically about this song. And Irv initially isn't supposed to say who the artist is. He says the BET, Viacom, they want to be the ones to announce that. And then he just excitedly starts trying to get people to guess.
Produced by me and my production partner Seven from a huge artist. I won't name the artist. You'll find out in the weekend.
Not gonna tell us who. No hints. East Coast, West Coast, South, New York.
Man, woman.
Look at him smile. He's so excited. Here he goes.
Nah.
Damn.
The biggest, hugest artist.
Eminem.
No.
You know we don't.
Eminem.
Hugest artist who's been the most controversial in the last year.
Okay, Kanye West is gonna be on the season.
So DJ Envy gets it, and then once DJ Envy gets it, Irv just like goes wild. He's like, "It's Kanye, I got to produce." Blah, 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 blah. But he says that he's not gonna say the song title, but then he just keeps using the word brotherly, and he's like, "Brotherly? Brotherly? It's brotherly." So just cracked me up. But I didn't catch anything in this kind of 5 minutes where he mentioned Kanye and Jay-Z and that idea of brothers, but it could come up. It's an hour-long interview, so it could have come up at some point in there, right? But that's definitely worth checking out if you just want like the hype and excitement and some more background. Irv Gotti, a little bit more about him. You can see how happy he is there. He was the founder of Murder Inc. Records, producer, DJ. You can see some of the singles that he helped produce in the 90s. It seems like he was mostly active in that 99 to 2002 range, working with Jay-Z, Foxy Brown, DMX, Ja Rule, Aaliyah, Jennifer Lopez, Ashanti. And with Murder Inc., you know, these are some of the artists that he was working with. One of the things that kind of surprised me when I saw it was Violent Crimes here. I didn't realize that Irv had helped produce on Violent Crimes. And you click and you see producers West, Irv Gotti, and Seven Aurelius. This is the seven that whatchamacallit, Irv was talking about earlier. It was curious because if you look at here, this article is from November 20th of 2017. And Kanye West and Irv Gotti are working on something enormous. So Irv said when two people like me and Kanye get together, hip-hop is about to get something enormous, like enormous. Two crazy, out-of-the-box thinkers that only think about serving the world. Stay tuned. Great, great, great meeting of the minds. Like I told him, we have to take a pic of this. So this was November of 2017 when Kanye was still out of the press, right? This was a year removed from his hospitalization. We hadn't really been seeing a lot of him in the media. We hadn't really heard anything from him. It wouldn't be until April that he would come back to social media. So this was really in that quiet period. And you wonder if this was when they started working on Tales Season 2. And this might have been when they started putting together the idea for Brothers, or what would become Brothers. But it also makes you wonder if maybe they were even working on some other music or Violent Crimes. We know that leading up to the release of Ye, that Kanye had an entirely different album planned. That's the one that Charlemagne the God had heard when he went to interview Kanye in March or April. And he talked about there's this new music, it's crazy. But after Kanye went on to TMZ, and there was all the backlash from the Trump support and his appearance on TMZ, and saying that 400 years of slavery, when you hear about it, it sounds like a choice. He went back to the drawing board, scrapped the old album, and made Ye, where he said he wrote all the lyrics in a week. It makes you wonder, did he produce all the music in that same week? Or was some of the music maybe still pulled from previous sessions leading up to this? Maybe some of the production that Irv and Seven did, was it going to be on the album that Charlemagne heard, but it still had existed maybe either as scraps from the Tales project, or I don't know, maybe he reached out to Irv and Seven in that month between scrapping whatever Ye would have been and making the new version, and they helped there. Or maybe that beat just existed for a lot longer than any of us know. So it at least introduces a bit more into the timeline. There was this article about new credits on Kanye West Ye are way different than originally reported. You may remember when Ye first came out, nobody knew who anyone was on anything. I mean, some of them you could tell, right? Like, there's no mistaking Ty Dolla $ign or Kid Cudi, but we didn't know at first that it was Aunt Clemens that was on, whatchamacallit? Oh my God, I'm blanking so hard. How am I blanking on it? I Thought About Killing You, Yikes, All Mine. I kept wanting to say All Day, All Mine. We didn't know it was Aunt Clemens. People kept thinking it was all these other people. Wait. All Mine lyrics. Is it? Yeah, Aunt Clemens. I forget who people thought it was at first, but there was like 3 different artists that people initially thought it was. But we got that Drake was helped write Yikes, Pierre Bourne, Justin Vernon. It might have been Bourne even that people thought at first. Justin Vernon, Kevin Parker, Jeremiah, Ty Dolla $ign, Party Next Door, Sci-Hi the Prince, Consequence, Malik Yusef, Shake, and then Skepta, Wiley, and Irv Gotti. And it says here, Murder Inc. Records founder Irv Gotti, who posted about a collaboration with Kanye on social media last year, is a producer on Violent Crimes, and he brought along Seven Aurelius along with him. Double alongs there. A songwriter who penned songs for Murder Inc.'s artists like Ja Rule and Ashanti in the early arts. So, not the first collaboration between Irv and Kanye, maybe not the last, but it'll be interesting to hear, to say the least. Again, Brothers seems to be a more stripped down song in general, but maybe other parts of it start to blow up. It reminded me a little bit of if you mix Personalities with Everything from Nasir, maybe something like that. Maybe that's not a good combination of songs, but Mixed Personalities, just because Kanye's lyrics for Mixed Personalities were so self-referential to the title. Same thing with Brother, right? And maybe something to the flow of how he's delivering the lines. But the soundscapes don't sound anything alike. To that, it sounds more like Everything to me, with Kanye singing. But listen to the song, let me know what you think, and of course, when it comes out, we'll talk about it in more detail. Until the next video, stay wavy, keep it loopy, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.